Hello and welcome to my Is Bangalore Underrated video. My name's Stratlo44. I hope you're having a great day or evening. So basically Bangalore is potentially going to be getting a buff in Season 6, and it did get me to thinking, does she really need it? Is she a very strong character anyway? And I thought I would give her a little bit of a try into some casual duo matches. Well, I say casual, but you know what casual's like. These are my findings and my thoughts and everything like that, and I'd like to, of course, share them with you. But before I get into it, of course, do remember to never stop moving, never stop believing, and stay Apex. Alright, let's get into the video. Okay, so let's start with Bangalore's passive, which you can see in the background. Bangalore's passive is possibly the best passive in the game, maybe alongside Lifeline's, which is really, really good as well. But they've got to be up there with the top 3. I mean, it is absolutely insane. Every time you get shot at, or after a certain period, you get a speed boost, and you're able to move a lot faster. And that is massive. It lasts for a good few seconds. It can activate again after it finishes. If you're then shot again, you'll get another speed boost. It's really, really useful for getting out of tight situations and things that maybe you wouldn't otherwise do. I would comment as well that the finisher I'm using there is actually pretty quick. It's not as quick as Bloodhound's sort of stabbing with the crow one, but it's close. It's about 7 seconds or 8 seconds, something like that, but it's pretty good. But anyway, you can sort of see there that obviously you've got the smokes as well to give you cover. This means you can duck cover. She's hard to see. The smoke lasts a really, really long time, and you know, I'm just like left thinking, going, why would they buff her? She's very generic to an extent. She's not the most exciting character that you could ever pick up and kind of play. She's not got any complexities or any in-depth kind of elements that you go, oh wow, she's so different from every other legend. She's very a generic soldier type. She's got all the things that make her a very good all-round character, and she's a very easy pick-up legend as well, which is one of those things where, you know, if you're a beginner or an intermediate level player, and you know, beginners probably more so, they're just gonna have a really easy time. I remember when Viper started playing, you know, one of the characters he liked quite quickly was Bangalore, because she's very easy to pick up and play and use and feel like you're doing something, and you're a bit of an asset to the team, you're useful in some way, and she's really, really solid. And also the dash, as I say, is very, very good as well. The smoke lasts forever. It seems to be about 10 seconds or thereabouts, but the fact you can fire 2 canisters is really strong as well. It means that you can fire them to kind of like provide cover, you can use them to revive, you can use them for all a manner of things. Now, the ultimate is the one area that is a little bit questionable. It is good for maybe like backing up, getting people to back off, like in this situation here where I needed to heal. I didn't want anyone kind of like, you know, following me. Unfortunately, Viper was down and I couldn't get his beacon because it's right at the end of his banner. So, you know, like things like that, okay, it can be quite handy, but it's not got a scare factor, and that is probably the one area that I would say maybe needs a slight change, and that would be just in regards to kind of, you know, saying, well, okay, look, you know, let's pretty much just buff that slightly, and we'll get that right. Now you can see in the background footage, unfortunately, I slightly mistime where I am, and the storm does a lot more damage than I expect. But as you can sort of see there, that the Bangalore smoke provides me enough cover to actually give me enough time to get the self-revive off. Now, I am probably very lucky because I think that guy down there really should have shot me, and I'm actually quite surprised he didn't. I don't really understand why. I used the rock to cover, you know, like, which I can do. Meanwhile, of course, your canister's recovering, but, you know, she's a very, very all-round, just very good character. Look how quickly I can flank. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't go the way that I would have really liked. The one chooses his ultimate, which is just so unfortunate, really. Guessed the wrong one, and got killed for it. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those things. So then it gets me thinking, what kind of buffs are they really going to give Bangalore coming up into Season 6? Is there something that maybe, you know, we're missing, or something that we're not expecting, something that's going to really change the character to being much more, ridiculously stronger? I don't know. But to be honest, the one thing I do find is with this particular character, I don't think she needs any buffs at all. She's a good, strong, all-round character. The only thing that I think that could be changed with her in regards would be actually her ultimate being just slightly quicker to explode. I think that would be a really good change. It would help the ultimate just do a little bit more than it currently does. Wouldn't break her, wouldn't change anything else. I think she's a good all-round character. And the reason why I'm showing this footage is because, okay, I haven't used Bangalore in ages. This was the second game that I played with her. Now, obviously, I think the first game, I can't really honestly remember what happened. I think it didn't go that well. Something to do with artillery rings a bell. But the point is that the second game, I now have a really, really excellent game. And it's like, okay, why is it an excellent game? Well, okay, sometimes it takes a moment just to remember the character. I mean, I do use other characters. I don't use Bangalore that much. But she is a really easy pick up and play character straight away. And also, I'm trying to use the wingman as well as much as I can to kind of, get better at that. But anyway, that aside, I mean, as regards to how she is, I mean, okay, look at this, right? So she starts shooting at me, and I get now faster movement speed, and I'm able to take out the Wraith. Now, you'll see in the background footage, one of the key things is that we then get attacked by someone else. Now, I'm able to use the smoke to, of course, get away, but I have no health. So I fire a canister over to the death box. I quickly duck cover, I reload my wingman, and then I double back because I realise that he's not going to, or whoever it is shooting, is not going to be able to see me. Now, the main thing I wanted to do is to grab the Phoenix kit, but look at this, right? I am able to swap out an item, I'm able to grab the Phoenix kit, and I'm able to now run away and duck cover to now replenish my health. With any other character, I would have struggled doing that because I had to change something, and I had to actually sort of like remove an item and then swap the Phoenix kit in. The smoke lasts for a good 10 seconds. There's no need to buff that, and I don't want them to buff that particular element, and I don't think they need to buff her speed either. As a character, look at this. I mean, they shoots at me, I get the speed, I'm able to climb up. Okay, I do miss a few shots, to be admittedly, but then I'm able to, get the better shots and, of course, down that second player. And then, of course, the great old classic, do the smoke. I've now got cover to fully revive my friend Viper, and the smoke lasts for ages. I mean, the smoke's still lingering now, it's still around, it gives him plenty of time to heal up, which he does, and we're on to the next fight. So it's really crazy, like, just to contemplate the element of that this character even needs a buff. I mean, there are so many other characters in this game that need buffs. And I'd love to hear some opinions on that below, of course, because I'm sure that there are people who may disagree or agree with me, but I feel like she's an all-round generic character, but I don't think she's the most exciting to play. However, do I think she's very good? Yes, I think she's actually, honestly, a very, very solid selection, because she's just so simple. There's nothing too complex, there's no higher skill level, there's nothing over the top. Again, I can do the smoke canister, push up the revive. Because the sort of like the ultimate is dropping and exploding, no one can kind of push us in the smoke. Again, gives me plenty of time to get the revive and to go and push that Wraith itself reviving, because I want to make sure she's dead. Now, I do get attacked by somebody else, but again, the dash is lovely and it gives me that extra speed boost. Now, I do unfortunately miss a few shots here and there. It is sometimes hard with the R99 just to hit every single bullet, but again, wins me the fight, and I'm able to, of course, clutch out and get the heal and get all the loot and stuff. Now, I mean, honestly, I suppose the big things is that, questions with regards to what buffs they could give. I mean, apart from the ultimate being reworked, which is possible, so they rework it as a kind of a minefield which detonates and triggered on impact, could be an interesting one, which is something that I mentioned before in another video. They could make the deployment of the smoke a little bit quicker, so, the animation between, her firing the smokes and actually activating is a little slow. Personally, I think that's quite balanced, if I'm being absolutely truthful, but however, that could be the other little buff that they could give her if they wanted. But, as I say, I mean, with Bangalore, I really honestly feel like she is in such a good place as an all-round character. Why would she be buffed? She's got team utility, she's got excellent, unique, individual utility. The only maybe naff bit is her ultimate. which, you know, it's not naff, it's just not as good as the rest of the kit. And yeah, if you increase the explosion times a little bit on that, what else could you really do to her to make her like an amazingly, absolutely ridiculous legend in every single way? And there are definitely other legends that need some love and attention. I would say Mirage definitely needs some team utility. Octane still needs definitely some more love and some more reworking. Watson might need a couple of little changes. Maybe even Crypto, you know, to an extent might need a little bit of a change. He might not. But there's definitely balancing that needs to be done much better in this game. And I find that, like with, you know, Apex Legends, I do find that there's certainly a bit of an imbalance here and there. Now, admittedly, the Bangalore buffs are, you know, mentioned in Season 6. They are rumours. So, you know, full disclosure, this is not absolutely guaranteed that she's getting buffed. But, you know, I suppose a lot of sources are pretty good, so there's a bit of a high chance that that is very, very possible. Now, interestingly enough, her dash doesn't work in the gas, which caustic gas, which is an interesting one. That really, really destroys everybody and can really cause a lot of problems. Her ultimate is quite slow to actually, you know, regen and be able to be used again. I mean, like most of the time, if you survive long enough, you're usually able to use maybe the ultimate maybe 2 to 3 times. So that is the only other thing that they could increase, is maybe that the speed of the ultimate. They don't change the ultimate what it does, but maybe they boosted the increase of how quick it was to recharge without using any ultimate accelerants. That is about the only other thing that maybe they could actually alter with her. But, you know, I mean, what are your thoughts with Bangalore and how she is? I mean, do you think that she's a very solid and all-round brilliant character? Do you think that she needs some buffs? Does she need some nerfs even? Does she need any changes? I love to read comments, I love to hear feedback, I like discussing these things because it's always an interesting aspect within the game, and it certainly keeps me very, very interested in what the game can actually offer. But yeah, I mean, my overall opinion at the moment is that Bangalore is highly underrated. A lot of people do not use her as much as she was at the start. At the beginning, she was absolutely amazing, and she was a really good team combo with Bloodhound as well, because, of course, of Beast of the Hunt. So, you know, like, things like that just make me really surprised that there are other legends being used much higher. Maybe it is because she's not as exciting to play, and people like the more complex or the more different legends. I don't know. But you know, it's one of those things that is always questionable. But as you can sort of see, I mean, in the background there, literally, I'm able to self-revive, because luckily I have a self-revive shield. Very fortunate when that happens. I'm very lucky as well that the other team or the other person didn't push, and I'm able to then pull off, of course, the Phoenix kit and get the revive as well, which of course then results in a bit of a sort of thing. Now, I will say that you know, the smokes, one of the things I love about the smokes is it's so good for gaining positional advantage on the enemy. This was probably the biggest thing that you'll see at the end of the clip, which I really like. Now, I am waiting for Viper to heal. He accidentally presses into the void, don't know why, but you know, it's one of those things that then you're just waiting for the right time. Now, with the ring coming in, of course, you know, one of the things is that you're just waiting to make sure that Viper's fully healed, and then I plan to, of course, make the move. Now, one of the things that I like, as I say, is the repositioning factor. This is what I'm going to show in this little clip just here, as regards to doing that. Now, I do drop him some heavy first, of course, and I'm like, right, okay, the storm's coming in, let's go. Now, I'm able to fire smokes, gain the dash, and I'm now able to be much more difficult to hit, and I gain a lot of damage in regards to that. So as I say, I mean, drop your opinions in the comments below. If you found the video interesting and informative and all those things, that would be absolutely fantastic. But otherwise, just remember to never stop moving, never stop believing, and stay Apex. That is it for me as regards to this video. For this particular one, I think Bangalore's very strong, and I don't really think she needs any buffs coming into Season 6. But let me know your thoughts and your opinions and all those good things in the comments below, and I shall see you in the next video. You take care. Cheers now. Bye.